What's up, traders? All right, my day is done. It's 11:30, so traded for. Actually, I was done around 11. As you can see, I did find one ticker to trade, stocks wise, PWFL. We'll take a look at the chart real quick. It was a nice little extension into the bands there, up through the whole dollar. Took it to 322, I believe it was. Went to 325. I got it. I was watching it go through three. Was just kind of keeping an eye where the bands were. Put an order out at 22. Pretty much top ticked it. Had a nice pullback right away, actually, on the same candle down to 311. It actually ended up closing at 315. Tried to go a little bit higher and then finally worked its way back down, went back up to 319 there. Had an order out, just sitting at 307, took it off. I could have possibly tried to hold this down towards previous resistance, which is what I always know is probably going to be where it goes if it doesn't try to go higher. I could have did that and just kind of risked high day there, but I haven't really taken a trade on stocks in a while, so I figured I would just kind of take the winner. As far as futures go, just to break that down, two eval accounts did pretty well on those, sitting at 51, 145 on one and 52,000 exactly on the other. So we got 1,000 to go on one, and then the new one that we got, we have still what 2850 ish. 2855. And then the funded account, we did pretty well on. Took a little bit more trades. I actually traded the MNQ today. So that's why you see a little bit more trades. It took more to accumulate, took more trades to get to the same amount. But if I were to ever get into any kind of trouble, I don't have to necessarily worry about drawdown as much there. Where if I want to try scaling in, trading the NQ, things can get out of hand pretty quickly. Where with MNQ, if I'm starting with three, four, five contracts, think of one like a scale of 1 to 10, NQ being a 10. If you with one contract, and then you take MNQ one contract, the MNQ would be at a one, right? And NQ would be in 10. If you take five contracts of MNQ, it puts you like right in the middle there. So it's kind of what I've been doing. I actually kind of mess around with three. So the price action that we were getting in the early morning is when I traded the two evals. I actually love that action a lot more. And this breakout that we've been seeing on the SPY pretty much all day today, right here. So I was done trading the two evals inside this range here. And I literally, my first trade on the funded account was a short, looking for it to reject these highs, and this was my first trade. I actually got a little bit lucky on this candle here. You can see it kind of pulled back. If you scroll in a little bit, you can see that wick back down. Took a nice ad and ended up getting the pullback there and got out for a small profit. It wasn't too big, but it was enough to get out of the position. And obviously, at that point, I'm stopping out. Wouldn't have blown the account or anything, but would have been stopping out had it broke that candle, which it obviously did. So thankfully, we got that pullback. And just, of course, that was the first trade we took on the funded account. And I actually pretty much shorted the entire way to what you guys saw as far as my P&L goes. It was just a lot of like break the highs, took the short, look for the quick pullback, break the highs, hit the short for the quick pullback. I mean, that's all I was doing. And then you could start to kind of feel it in the price action. This is why I consider myself a price action trader when this was going to happen. And I didn't take a trade here because you could kind of feel it starting to go up a little bit. And at the same time, we weren't really getting those same pullbacks that we were on these two or three candles. So it kind of felt like it was going to try higher. It did. It actually broke out. And then we kind of went right back into that same chop. And this little chop is basically what I'm looking for, especially when it stays near the highs because you have such an obvious key level. So on the way up, I always look for that. And on the way down, I'm always looking for the obvious levels as well. Like I'm never looking for like in between. I'm never looking to be inside the range. So during all this, it was actually kind of easy because if we scroll in, we would break the high, go back down to the low, break the low, go back to the high, break the high, go back to the low. Like that's all, it just kept doing that, right? So I'm hitting each one of these looking for that quick pullback the other direction. Now, I'm only getting probably like a quarter of this candle when I do these scalps, but you know, maybe in the future I can try to find a way to scale in and out. With the MNQ, I was actually doing it later on. So like if I started with three, I would take two off and try to get more out of that one. And a lot of times I would get a little bit more, but not really. I ended up having to take it flat because as you can see, they kept getting bought up and going higher. So it's a little frustrating. And I'm pretty sure I was done right here. I think the last trade I took was on the break of this. I had to scale into it. I took one, I think I only had two contracts on the MNQ here, and I scaled in on this candle and came back down. I mean, I could show you this, but I'd have to load up Quantower. But I mean, that's essentially what I did. Maybe tomorrow I'll actually show the charts. But that's all I got. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave those down below in the comment section below. If you're interested in signing up for an evaluation account, right now they're still having a fall sale to the end of this month, which is 71% off. At any time, if you use my code to grab an evaluation, it is going to be the best current offer that they have, whether it's 50%, 71%, like it is now, 80%, 90%. No matter what it is, it updates the code based off of what the current best offer is. It's not like I have to do anything special. That's just how it works. So, if there's a creator, myself, anyone out there on YouTube that you want to support, just know that their code is always going to have that best offer if it's their personal code. So, I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.